Today we are going to discuss chapter 4 of the novel Vendor of Sweets. Now, what happened in the previous chapters? If you could remember, chapter 1, we were introduced a vendor of sweets named Jagan who runs a sweet shop and his characteristics, his routine life, and all that sort of thing. After that, in the third chapter, we saw Mali. Okay, so Mali is an ambitious young man. Okay, he has varied desires. Now he has quit going to school and he wants to be a writer. Okay, so we had a very close look at Mali's character, and also Cousin acts as the mediator between Jagan and Mali. Okay, so there should be someone to communicate between the father and the son, right? So that is what happened. And Cousin has found out what are the plans of Mali, and Cousin has revealed the plans to Jagan. And Jagan had a conversation with the son as well. So he wants to be a writer. So that is the story, how it unfolds up to this point. So let's read chapter 4. I think this PDF version is not that much clear to you. I assume you have the textbook in your hand. Okay, so I'm using this for my reference only, just to make sure that there's some sort of a document for us to refer, right? So, but keep the book in the hand and you can look at not the screen, but the book while I'm reading. Okay. Please read at home with speech reduced to a minimum between father and son. Mali seemed to have brightened up with the fact that he wouldn't be expected to study. Jagan continued to feel gratified that his son was pursuing a fresh course all his own. Instead of reading other people's book, he is providing reading for others. He often reflected with lot of pride. Now, please read at home. Now, why the peace read at home? Because speech was reduced. Okay, they were not talking to themselves at all. They are barely speaking to each other. Okay, now how often do you speak with your parents? I think these days you do it regular basis, right? Okay, so you are normally talking to your father, talking to your mother, right? But what happened in this family between this father and son? So the peace reigned at home. Why? Because they have quit or reduced speaking to each other. Okay, but father is very happy with the newfound course of his son because he felt pride for the first time about his son that he is doing something worthful, right? He is doing a service in his own way. Now he assumed this writing stories as a service. When he remembered the word service, an activity became, service, any activity became touched with significance. Service intoxicated him, sent a thrill through his whole being, and explained everything. Sometimes certain words, certain incidents, okay, so they become very nostalgic means recall incidents in the past. Now this word service was very significant for Jagan because Jagan was taken back to the memories, okay, to the old memories. Okay, so with the word service, okay, so it intoxicated him. That means it's more like it drugged him like what? Okay, so he was so fascinated with that word. The first time he heard the word was in 1937. See, he remembers the day where he heard this word when Mahatma Gandhi had visited Malgudi and addressed a vast gathering on the sands of the river. Now, from whom he heard this word earlier? He heard this word from Mahatma Gandhi. He had this independence movement in India. He was a national leader who contributed a lot to gain freedom to India, right? You might have read a lot of Mahatma Gandhi, right? He spoke of service, explaining how every human action acquired a meaning if it was performed as a service. So every human activity, it has a meaning if it was performed as a service. Inspired by this definition, Jagan joined the movement for freeing India from foreign rule. So, you know, Jagan was also an active participant of the Gandhian movement. So, he has also He has also joined the movement to freeing India from the foreign rule. When Mahatma Gandhi came in search of the volunteers for the freedom movement he was handling, so he was into this, right? Okay. Jagan joined the movement for freeing India from foreign rule, gave up his studies, home, and normal life, and violated the British laws of the time. Neither the beatings from the police nor the successive periods of prison terms ever touched him when he remembered that he was performing a service. Now, you can see his deeply rooted patriotism. Okay, that means patriotism means, what do you mean by patriotism? Patriotism means love for the nation, okay? Okay, he's deeply rooted, you can say he's deeply rooted patriotism. Okay, patriotism means the love for the nation. Okay, so he was an active member, okay, of Gandhian movement, and he was there to violate the British law as well. Okay, and British laws of the time, neither the beatings from the police, so he was beaten by the police, nor the successive periods of prison terms ever touched him when he remembered that he was performing a service. So he felt that I am doing a service, nothing can stop me, right? Everyone should be free to serve humanity in his own way. So he felt that everyone is obliged to serve humanity in his own way or their own way. Okay, he told. Can you understand? Now you can see now Jagan's life actually, why he is an ardent follower of Gandhian movement and all that sort of thing. Right? Are you clear with this part? I assume so, himself. And Mali is really helping mankind with his writing. What does he really write? He often wondered. So, what is he doing? He's wondering what is he really writing. Okay, so he's wondering what his son is doing. Okay, stories. What sort of stories? Poems? Or did he write philosophy? Now he is confused. What is Mali exactly writing? He had a passing misgiving about his son's experience of life, his equipment to be a writer. He had uneasy thoughts sometimes when he sat on his throne in the shop looking at the pages of the Bhagavad Gita. You know, it's the holy book of the Hindus. However profound the lines before him might be, his own thoughts seemed to be stronger and capable of pushing aside all philosophy while revolving around the subject of Mali's manuscript. Manuscript means the handwritten document or the rough draft, you can say, of his before the final work of his writing. So he's often wondering what might be his son writing. He wanted to know which language his muses accepted, whether Tamil or English. If he wrote in Tamil, he would be recognized at home. If in English, he would be known in other countries too. Now he is wondering in which language Mali might be writing. Now, most of you are bilingual. You can write in English or in Sinhala. So if you are writing a novel, so you can decide which language you are writing. If you are from any other country, then which language you are writing. Okay. But he did not know enough English or Tamil or any language. Now, most of the problems that the parents have, does my child know enough English or any of the native language at all? Now, that is what haunts in Jagan's mind, whether he is capable of writing in any of these languages. He felt worried. His mind was racked with the questions. So his mind was racked with these questions. The simplest solution of the questioning Mali directly seemed impracticable. What would they discuss? Molly seems to have become detached, more detached than ever. So you can see Molly has become more detached than ever. Earlier also he was detached, but now he is more detached. Okay. The only link between them was the 5 rupee currency note that he left the hallway table every morning and checked later to find out if it had been accepted. Now you can see what sort of a fragile relationship this father and son had. Okay, you can underline this thing. This shows their relationship. The only link between them was the 5 rupee currency note that he left on the hall table every morning and checked later to find out that it had been accepted. Can you understand that now? Right? So this is the only link. So this shows that they did not have a very steady relationship at all. It was a very fragile relationship. That means not strong. Okay. Fragile relationship. You can call it a fragile relationship. Right? So just a 5 rupee note between them. Right? So perhaps the boy lunched and dined at Anand Bhavan. It was galling to think that his money should find its way to Anand Bhavan cash desk. You know, like they are rivals in the business world, right? So Jagan did not like the Anand Bhavan people, right? It could not be helped. It was supposed to be the best restaurant in the town. But Jagan knew that they did not use pure ghee but only hydrogenated vegetable oil in unlabeled tins. So he knew that these Anand Bhavan people, they are not using pure ingredients in their products, in their food manufacturing. Okay. They were naive enough to think that if the tins were unlabeled, the public would take them to be real butter. So they are not using real butter, they are using some purified vegetable oil. Okay. It was long past the 30th September, and Jagan would have given anything to know if the manuscript had gone off, but there had been no sign of it anywhere. The boy's movements were so finely adjusted out of his own orbit. Orbit means now he has his own, you know, like Earth rotates around its own orbit, you would say. So he has his own circle. So from home, his home is there. Maybe he's going right, okay, here, there, roam everywhere and come back to home. Something like that. Okay. So his own circle. They lived under one roof. They might be two different worlds. So you can underline that as well. Okay. So they lived in one world. Okay. One roof, and they might be from two different worlds. So you can see how distant they are. Okay, this father and the son. Okay, when he saw the light through the chink in the door, right, he knew that the boy was in his room. So they do not confront each other even. Okay, so from the little patch of light which falls from the room, he only noticed that his son is in the room. Jagan knew that boy was in his room. He dared not knock on it. Rarely did they ever reach home at the same time, so there was no chances of their meeting in the hall. You can see they are in two separate worlds. They are not talking to each other at all, right? Okay. Jagan felt harrowed by the lack of information. When the cousin arrived at the spotted time, he found Jagan looking so restless and he felt constrained to remark as he emerged from the kitchen. Every gift of life you are blessed with, 90 out of 100 people crowd for money, and but 100 out of 100 crowd for contentment. Yet you have not mastered one thing, that's the art of looking happy. You're always looking careworn. Okay, so you can see Jagan is very careworn person. He's so worried about his son. Okay, so he was so worried about his son. If one looks worn out by cares, God knows one must have sufficient causes. Do you see Mali at all? Now he is having a conversation with the cousin here. When cousin arrived at the appointed time, you know, he regularly visits him at a particular time, right? Okay, so you are always looking careworn. If one looks worn out by the cares, God knows one must have sufficient causes. Do you see Mali at all? Not much, no, no. Long ago, I saw him on a cycle one afternoon in the Vinayak street. So, somewhere a bit far away. Don't ask me what I was doing there. I generally go even farther than that when I have some work. I always in service of someone else. You may be sure I do nothing for myself. So you can see he is in the service of someone else. You know, cousin is a man about the town. He goes here and there all the time, right? Did he speak to you? Of course not. He was riding a bicycle, I told you. What was he doing so far away? Now he is asking, what was he doing so far away? Right? Why not ask him? Asked the cousin. He won't answer. That's all, said Jagan. Have you tried? No. Then try. So that is the thing. Okay, Jagan had not even tried to see whether Mali is answering the questions. So he is asking from cousin where my son is. Okay, where has he gone? Right? Likewise. Okay. Then you can see he may resend the question and think I am interfering. If I meet him, I will find out if you like. So he said that, cousin says that if I meet him, I will find out what he is up to now. Please don't, he will think that I have sent you on to him. Of course, I will tell him that I am talking for you. Jagan looked scared and hearing this. Okay, so you can see Jagan is little bit of scared of his son as well. He did not want to know that he is checking on his son as well. No, help remarking. You puzzle me. Why are you so frightened? So what is the thing? He is asking, why are you so frightened? So cousin is asking, why are you so frightened of your son? I hate to upset him, that's all. I have never upset him in all my life. That means you have carried things to a point where you cannot speak to him at all. Now you can see how this lack of a conversation between the father and the son, okay, leads to a destructive relationship. Okay, this means that you have carried things to a point where you cannot speak to him at all. Can you understand? It's not that, said Jagan, not willing to accept this view. Can you tell me when you had your last conversation with him? Okay, so what is he asking? He is asking, can you please tell me what is the last time you had your last conversation with his son? So you can see they have ceased to speak to each other. Okay. There was a pause while Jagan threw his mind back. Now he can't even recall what is the last time he had a conversation with his son. Now you can recall what is the last time you had a conversation with your father or the mother. Maybe today in the morning or maybe a few minutes back, likewise. Okay. The cousin watched him ruthlessly, gently sucking the sweet on his tongue. Jagan remembered that the last speech had been 3.5 months ago. See, you can highlight this one, right? This shows how distant their relationship had been, right? Okay. So how many months ago? 3.5 months ago. Okay, 3.5 months ago. It has been a very long time. He had been reading the paper in the hall and his son had come out of his room. Ready to go out? That had terrified Jagan, and at once he had covered up any hint of inquisitiveness. Did you see today's paper? No. Don't you want to? Nothing. It is for me. The boy had walked across the hall. Okay. Jagan could hear the cycle being taken off its spring stand and the front of the door slamming. He sat still with his eyes glued to the newspaper. God be thanked that there is no direct exit from his room to the street, as my father once foolishly planned. Otherwise, I would have lost any memory of my son's identity long ago. Now, if he had any other door, okay, any other side door to the street, he would have lost the sight of his son for a long while. Now, you can see for 3.5 months, he has not talked to his son. So, you can see what sort of a very sort of a sparse communication they have between each other, right? So reporting this meeting to the cousin was just out of the question. So he said, the trouble is in our hours are so different. By the time I open my eyes from prayer, he's gone. It's been a time on earth between custom in our house not to disturb me when I am praying. But that's all beside the point. We are straying away from the subject. I want you to help. Now, Jagan didn't like to tell that. Okay, so his son is not talking to. They say that our times are not matching, no, so that is why we can't talk to each other. Okay, please find out as if you were doing it in your own. Where does every day he goes every day? And what happened to his story? Did he finish it? Try to meet him and give me some information, please. I'll be grateful for your help. No, no, it's my duty to be in the service to you. Don't thank me. I will see what I can do in my humble way. He swelled with the importance of understanding. Jagan felt relieved. Okay, so Jagan felt so relieved, okay, that cousin took the responsibility to check what is up with the son. Okay. The cousin came back 4 days later, took his seat beside the thrones and said, new things are coming your way. Your son wants to go to America. Didn't I hint you a long ago it was coming? Now, what is the reason? Okay, so after some time later, cousin came with an information. What is the information? The son wants to go to America. So that is his new desire. So Mali wants to go to America. Okay. Okay, we will move on to the next part. The first shock of the impact blanked out Jagan's mind for a time. He caught his breath and he had a momentary panic at a thought of his son's removing himself geographically so far. Now imagine that his son is moving away to America. It's a long way away, right? A far away country. So it's geographically so far. He inanely repeated, America. Why America? What has happened to his book? Has he written it or hasn't he written it? Now, what is the thing? Now, earlier he was planning to write a book. Now he wants to go to America. Now, what has happened to his previous plan? Okay. He thinks he will have to learn the art in America. Now, what is his plan? Okay, he thinks that he will learn how to write it in America. Okay, Jagan was furious at this notion. It was outrageous and hurt his national pride. Going to learn a storytelling? He could rather go to a village granny, he said. All this patriotic sentiment surging. Okay, he should have gone to a village grandmother to learn how to write a story. Now, this fellow is going to America. What's the whole point in going to America? Right? Exactly what I told him, echoed the cousin. Did Valmiki go to America or Germany in order to learn to write his Ramayana? Now he is questioning. Okay, Valmiki is a renowned writer in literature who wrote Ramayana. So he is asking, did he go to Germany or America to learn how to write it? No. Okay. So strange notions boys get nowadays, he said, avoiding gently the specific reference to his son. So he did not specifically mention his son, but he said that The children of nowadays, the teens of nowadays are getting strong notions. The head cook interrupted at this point, bringing in the flavor of the kitchen smoke in order to announce, "Saffron stock out. We will last only another day." Jagan looked at him bemusedly, not able to grasp the subject clearly. The cousin answered for him and promised to arrange for a fresh supply. It's in the other page. When the cook retreated into the kitchen, Jagan asked, "Have you found out where he spent his day?" Now, where he spent his daytime? At the town public library. Now, where does he spend the day? He spent the day at the town's public library. Okay, so that is where he spent the daytime, right? Then, where is it? Asked Jagan, never having dreamed that his town possessed a library. The cousin himself was not sure and flourished his arms vaguely in the direction of the river. Must be one of those for which the foundation stores is laid whenever a minister visits their town. So maybe it might be a new building. Okay. I would have known about it if it had been a thing of any importance. Anyway, do they let him live there? Okay, so now he's basically living in the library. He seems to like it and he does some amount of work there. What sort of work? Asked Jagan, appalled at the notion that Mali would have become a library assistant of all things. What has happened to his book? He asked desperately. He will write it in America, said the cousin. Jagan felt completely crushed. Adverse forces seems to him on all sides. What has America to do with writing a book? Right now, if you want to write a book, you can write it in Sri Lanka as well, right? You don't need to go to any other country to learn how to write a book now, right? Correct. Jagan felt completely crushed. We discussed that one. He read in one of the magazines at the library about a college where they teach novel writing. So there's a college where they teach novel writing. Jagan once had felt like bursting out about Valmiki or a village granny, but restrained himself. What happened to the price? Okay, so now what is he asking? Now he's told that he's going to write a book for the grand prize and all. So now he is asking what has happened to the book, the prize. Perhaps it is gone. He hasn't written the book yet, said the cousin. Anyway, a book cannot be rushed. True, true. Jagan said something, remembering his son's words the other night, but added as his own contribution to the theory of writing, still, I suppose the book has to be written. They spent a little time brooding over the mechanics of book production. Why America? Asked Jagan, ignoring the installment of cash that was brought in while the cousin made no effort to leave. Now they are wondering why America? Because perhaps it's the only country where they teach such things. They eat only beef and pork in that country. I used to know a man from America and he told me they also take a lot of intoxicating drinks, never water or milk, said the cousin. So, we also have an attitude towards Western countries. So, being Asian, so, beef is not eaten by proper Hindus, right? Okay, even in our country, most of us do not eat beef. So, they consider it as a religious thing and a holy cow. So, they consider that country they are not civilized, whereas the other Western countries feel the same about other countries, right? Contributing to his own bit of information, and the women are free, he added. I have seen some of their magazines about the films. Their women mix freely with men and snap off marriages without a Jew and bask in the sun without clothes. You might have known these factors that sunbathing and they are not wearing clothes and all in the Western countries. So there's those things are common, but in our countries we don't go on sunbathing, no, without clothes to the beaches, right? Okay, so we have our own culture. So there's a culture clash here. So they have a very bad attitude towards the Western countries here, according to the book, because they're traditional Indians, right? Where did you see all this? Asked Jagan, and did not note the answer from the cousin, who flourished his arms vaguely. Jagan went on to say, it may be not all be true, not wishing to think a country to which Mali was going could be it to corrupt his body with wine, women, and meat, and his soul with other things. So he didn't want to think that America is a bad country because his son is now planning to go there. He said with sudden determination, but it's unthinkable. Mali shall stay here. The cousin smiled cynically. Jagan had a momentary stab of suspicion that this man was back of it all, but doubt passed. That means he thought that with the cousin is the one who is stimulating Mali to go to America and all that sort of thing. So cynically means in a sort of a sarcastic way, he smiled. But his doubt passed. He then later understood that it's not the cousin who is behind all this. The cousin said he has made all kinds of preparations without my permission, no help, cried Jagan. You can see Mali is a very independent character. Okay, so he has even arranged all the documents to go abroad without the consent of Jagan, right? They have a typewriter at the library and he had been using it. So he has used the typewriter in the library to prepare all the necessary documents. Okay. Partly filled with admiration, partly enraged at the thought of the library, Jagan shouted suddenly without thinking of what he was saying, if they are going to make use of library for such nefarious activities. The cousin said, did you not know that he had gone to Madras for a few days? No, without my permission or help, without telling me. Now he has even gone to Madras. Okay. So in Sinhala, you call Maduras here. I thought he was in his room. He remembered that his 5 rupee note left by him had not been picked up on certain days, thinking that the boy had been saving. He had withheld the allowance, hoping to be asked. Now, certain days his 5 rupee note was not taken. Okay, why? Because Mali had gone to Madras. He was even not at his room. Jagan had no clue regarding that. Okay, he was fixed his passport. He has fixed his passport and other such things. See, he has worked on all these things. How is he going to find the fare? He says he has got it. He said he always knew where to find the money in the house. So he has found money from his own house. Okay, so Jagan had hidden his money in the attic of his house and Mali has managed to grab them from the house. Okay. Jagan felt shocked for a moment, but he also felt a sneaking admiration. The boy is very practical. He said with a feeling. He sat brooding for some time and then tried to put on a happy look. See how self-reliant he has grown. I have always believed in leaving the entity to a developed by itself without relying on the extraneous support. As they say in Gita, every soul is good and God can always look after himself, added the cousin. This was the whole point, said Jagan. That's why I never wish to interfere when he suddenly decided to end his education. I said to myself, perhaps he wants to educate himself in the school of life and left him free. Echoing various tidbits of banality he had picked off the course of his life, haphazard reading. So he has found certain information from his uh, little bit of reading actually. The cousin said, exactly my principle in life. I know so much about people and their problems of the world. Did I go to a college to learn the art of living? Now, the thing is that, okay, so you can learn a lot from the society even without going to a college. That is what he's trying to mention. The cousin said, exactly my principle in life. So he mentioned that. But I am surprised that he still thinks he can learn the art of writing from an American school. So Marley believes that he can learn a lot from an American school, right? Now, for example, in our country, there are PhD opportunities, but still we prefer to go abroad to have a PhD, right? So that is the notion which most of us have, right? But I'm surprised that he still thinks he can learn the art of writing in American school. He sniggered gently at the thought, as my good cousin, please try and stop him. I don't know how I can live in that house without him. Very thought depresses me. So Jagan did not want to feel that he is being, what do you call, left by his son. He is leaving him and going far away, right? Yes, I will, said the cousin mechanically without conviction. But do you know that he has worked out all document, details minutely. He is getting his American clothes made in Madras. So he is even going to make American clothes in Madras. Okay, I have always told him to buy a lot of clothes, especially in foreign countries. One must always wear tie and shoes and such things, morning till night. Does he want any sort of help from me? Jagan asked pathetically, almost appealing to the cousin to indicate to do what something about it. Okay, so now he practically wants to help his son, but he has managed to find each and everything. What can you do? Asked the cousin brutally. I have a friend in Madras, a deputy minister who was my prison mate in those days in Bellary jail. So he had a friend, a prison mate, okay, in Bellary jail. No harm in trying your friend, but Mali needs no help from us. The librarian has a brother in the aeroplane company and he has done everything for Mali. Is he going to fly? Asked Jagan in a panic stricken. Who does not nowadays? Now what's happened? Now Jagan got to know that Mali is going to America in a flight. Now the flights were so new those days and he was so afraid of the flights. Okay. Jagan almost wept as he said, please tell him to go by the steamer boat, and maybe by the ship. It's safer, let him be safe. I don't like aeroplanes. So he didn't like aeroplanes. He was afraid of the aeroplanes. He asked cousin to tell Mali that better to go in steamboats. He has almost paid for the ticket. Now, little by little, the details are coming. He has gone to Madras to make his clothes. He has made all the documents from this library and he has made his passport and he had even paid the air ticket. Right, said the cousin, enjoying Jagan's predicament. It must be very costly, said Jagan, like prattling baby. He has doubtless found the cash for it, said the cousin. Okay. Naturally, what is the cash worth to me if it's all for him? He can have everything he wants, said Jagan, making a note mentally to the count the earliest moment his cash hoarded in the loft. Okay, so you can see he had stored, hidden all the money in the loft. Okay, you call this the attic. Okay, so the space between the ceiling and the roof. Okay, in some houses you can go into those things, old houses. Now of course we don't have, but if you have old houses, your grandmother's places or somewhere, maybe you can see a space between the ceiling and the roof. You can store all these unwanted things there. Some people used to store stuff, so there Jagan used to hide his money. Now if you go to your loft or somewhere, you can't find money hidden by your fathers, right? Okay. Yet you can't even if you search the entire house, you can't find money to go to Americana, right? So maybe like money is there in the bank accounts, but not hidden, right? So he also considered transferring it all to, in due course, the casket behind the family gods in the puja room. At dead of the night, he put up the ladder and climbed the loft. about 10,000 rupees had been extracted from the bundled currency. He calculated. Okay, so how much it has been taken? About 4 or 5,000 rupees for passage and the balance for the clothes and the others. He should ask for more if he wants, and of course, a monthly remittance later. Why should he not? He heard the front door open. He put out the torch and sat still until he felt sure Mali had safely locked himself in, feeling like a burglar himself instead of the one whose cash has been extracted. Now, who is acting like the burglar here? Jagan is acting like the burglar, but his money has been stolen from the son. But he does not take any action regarding that part as well. So he practically has no guts to go against the wishes of Mali. So Mali has become more independent, and he even uses his father's money as if it was his own without taking even the permission of the father to use the money. Maybe he knows that if he asks the permission, it might not be given. So he is simply stealing money and using them for his own purposes. Okay, so you can see the clash between the son and the father. And now it heightens because now Mali decides to go to America of his own, right? So this is the end of chapter 4.